This happened many years ago. I've never liked camping.
I'm just not built for it. The dirt, the bugs, the uncomfortable nights in a sleeping bag.
By the time I hit sophomore year of high school, I'd had enough of suffering in silence.
I finally convinced my dad to let me bring a friend along.
Instead of some remote, peaceful spot, we ended up at this overdeveloped campsite.
It wasn't camping. It was basically glorified backyard living.
Charles and I slipped away under the excuse of organizing our stuff.
The two of us snuck into the woods and smoked, chuckling to ourselves the entire time. We grabbed our flashlights and headed to the fence surrounding the park.
We finally reached the top, and the view was unreal.
About 30 feet away, just barely visible in the darkness, was another person.
They were crouching like us, but it didn't look like a kid.
I was fairly confident they were looking directly at us.
Charles and I exchanged a really terrified look.
Eventually, the man ducked out of sight.
The guard finally passed, and we kept moving.
We made it back to the fence, scaled it the same way we came in.
By the time we made it back, neither of us spoke about sleeping.
We lay there trying to make sense of what we'd seen.
The next morning started off normally. We packed our gear to go fishing.
Around 10 a.m., we were told a man had been stabbed nearby. The killer was still on the loose. Staff warned everyone to be vigilant.
Charles and I instantly connected the dots. It must have been the man we saw.
We kept our mouths shut, knowing better than to reveal what we had seen.
A few months later, I had a different encounter, just as unnerving.
I was listening to music and reviewing flashcards, totally unaware.
Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed someone blocking the door, a clown.
I was frozen in shock. I'd never seen anything like this up close.
Before he could grab me, I sprinted past.
He lurched forward, trying to tackle me. I made it outside and immediately reported the situation to the police.
He didn't follow me onto the street, but I was shaken.
Even after the police reassured me, I couldn't shake the feeling he knew where I lived.
An East Asian non-binary person, while working odd jobs, found a lifeguard position that felt, strange.
The hours were backwards, and they specifically wanted someone who didn't speak Spanish.
I arrived for my first shift, and everything seemed normal at first.
But I noticed something off. A taller man silently observing me.
I was instructed to admit only those with blue wristbands.
Over weeks, more wristbands appeared. More people came.
Everything seemed normal, yet something about the setup was unnerving.
I stayed alert, aware that something didn't feel right.
Then, one night, I noticed a shadow moving strangely.
He carried something in his hands. A mysterious package.
I didn't approach. I observed, knowing better than to interfere.
The door closed automatically, sealing the mystery within. Each night, more details emerged, but nothing tangible.
The tension was palpable, like someone was watching me constantly.
I kept wondering, were the people here normal or something more sinister?
I began noticing small irregularities, objects misplaced, things moving.
The more I observed, the more I realized that the night held secrets I couldn't comprehend.
The pattern became clear. Only select individuals had access, and I was an outsider.
I felt like I was part of a surveillance experiment, watched and evaluated.
I started documenting everything mentally, every movement, every sound.
The quiet was deafening, each drop of water echoing unnaturally.
Every new guest made my pulse rise. What were they hiding from me?
The entire complex felt alive, like it was part of some orchestrated horror.
I decided to trust only my senses. The rest was too uncanny to comprehend.
Sometimes I would hear whispers, faint murmurs that didn't belong.
I never spoke about these encounters. Sharing would have seemed insane.
But the memories stared with me, haunting each decision I made at night.
I realized the night had its own rules.
And I learned, even in familiar places, darkness can conceal unimaginable threats.
The calm was an illusion, every splash a reminder of hidden dangers. I remained silent, observing, knowing that knowledge was my only protection.
Time moved slowly, every creak and drip amplified in my mind.
I could feel presence, even when I saw no one.
The night was alive, and I was merely a visitor within its maze. Even now, I recall every detail. And that's why, even years later, I never forget that night. Sleep tight.